Assalamualaikum warahmatullah and good afternoon. In the last video, we've created a couple of tables for our students registration and grading database. Okay, so if you see on the left, we have a few tables that we've created. The main one, the core ones, will be the students table, the programs table, and the courses table. Okay, so being in a database, these tables are related to each other. All right, so students take courses and students take programs. Okay, so these tables, these entities within the database are related to each other. Okay, so let's understand the nature of their relationship. Okay, so on one hand, we have a couple of tables. So let me just draw those tables. Right. This is student table. Okay, and this is a let's say this is the program, and these are the courses. Okay, so let's imagine that these rectangles represent those entities. Okay, students, programs, and courses. Okay, so there in the database, these elements, these objects have a relationship in between them. All right, so I will just draw a line to show that they are related to each other. Okay, okay, so what's the relationship between students and programs? Okay, students in UKM, we assume that students at any particular time can take only one program. So you yourself, you're taking Bachelor of Accounting or Bachelor of Business Administration. Okay, so one student can only take one program at a time, but programs are taken by many students. All right, so at the moment probably there are 500 students taking Bachelor of Business Administration at the same time at different batches. Okay, so there are many students that take one program, but there is only one program that each student can take. Okay, so the students and programs are in a one-to-many relationship. Okay, one student can take only one program, but one program can be taken by many students. All right, so we can show that relationship. Programs can be taken by many students, so we put the many sign there, and students can take only one program. All right, so programs and students have a one to many relationship. However, students and courses are different. All right, one student, okay, courses can be taken by many students. All right, like this particular course, EPPD1063, is currently taken by 180 students. All right, so one course can be taken by many students, but similarly, students can take many courses at a time. Okay, so some of you are taking 7 courses this semester, some of you are taking 6, some of you taking 8. All right, so students can take many courses. So students and courses have a many to many relationship. Why? Because courses are taken by one course is taken by many students, and each student can take many courses. So it's a many to many relationship, which you can depict this relationship as this. All right, students and courses have a many to many relationship. All right, so how do we actually implement the relationship in a database? Okay. Okay, so look at the students to programs relationship. Okay, so we have tables for students, and we have a table for programs. All right, so each the one that we've created in Access, for students we have primary key that identifies each student uniquely will be the student ID. Okay, student ID. And programs, the identification for programs will be program code. Okay, so for example, one student will have a student ID of A1999999, and the program code could be, for example, for Bachelor of Business Administration, it could be BBA as the program code. Okay, so how we do we connect between the students table and the programs table in the database? Okay, so students and programs have a one-to-many relationship. Okay, so for one-to-many relationship, we should take the primary key on the one side, okay, of the relationship, and put it as a foreign key in the table of the many side. All right, program code BBA. So for example, student A1999 is taking a program code of BBA. Probably, let's say there's another program called BAC. Another student A199998, he is taking program code BAC. All right, so this is how we implement one-to-many relationship. All right, we take the primary key of the one side of the relationship and put it as a foreign key in the table on the many side of the relationship. Okay, that's how we do it. And it is not possible for us to take the student ID, okay, the primary key of students, and put it here. All right, because we know programs are taken by many students. So if we try to put student ID in this table, all right, so who is taking BBA, and we will list all the student IDs here. So we are taking 1999, and then we may have 199997, and so on. So this particular cell will contain too many data. Okay, so this violates the principles of database, where each cell can only contain one data. So the only way to do this in a one-to-many relationship is, again, taking the primary key of the one side, okay, and put it as a foreign key of the many side. Okay, so this is how we implement one-to-many relationship. All right, and we'll implement this in our database later on. Now, how do we implement a many-to-many relationship? Okay, so recall just now that we've shown that students and courses, okay, students and courses have a many-to-many relationship. Why? Because each student can take many courses, and each course is taken by many students. So students can take many courses can be taken by many students. So it's a many-to-many relationship. All right, so in a many-to-many relationship, the only way to implement in a database is we couldn't take the course code. Okay, so again, for students, we have the primary key of student ID. Student ID is the primary key, okay, the identifier for each student. And courses, we have course code. All right, course code as the primary key. All right, is the primary key of courses. Okay, so in a many-to-many relationship, it is not possible that we take course code as a primary key of courses and put it here. All right, course code, this is not possible because each student, let's say A199999, is taking a number of courses. All right, this student is taking a number of courses, including EPPD1063. He's also taking EPPA3043. He's also taking LMCR and so on. Okay, so again, we're trying to put many data inside one cell. Okay, so that is not possible in a database. All right, so this, we cannot do this. Okay, and similarly, it is not possible for us to take student ID, all right, student ID, and put it here. All right, student ID. All right, so for example, for the course EPPD1063, we have a lot of students. It is not possible for us to put here A111999 and then another one A199997 and so on. Okay, because now we're putting a lot of data inside one cell. Okay, again, this is not possible. All right, so the only way for us to connect the two tables, the student table and the courses table, which have many-to-many relationship between them, is to create an additional table. All right, and in this table, we will take the primary key of the student table, and put it here, as well as the primary key of the courses table and put it here. So in this new table, we will have a student ID as the primary key and course code as another primary key. So this new table will have two primary keys. All right, it will have two primary keys, which is also called a concatenated key, a combined key. Okay, so this table, we will call this table simply as the combination of the two tables, which is student dash courses. All right, so this table is called student dash courses table and will at least contain the two primary keys coming from the two entities in a many-to-many relationship.